Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Andy, my real name is not the Uncommentative, and this is episode number 8 of FIFA Street. So we're going to be carrying on playing through the Rule the Street mode. So we're going to finish off in this episode Lagos. So as you can see there, we're currently at progress 4 of 8. By the end of this episode, we will be at progress 8 of 8. So the first thing we're going to do is play this friendly match against the Cobras. And then while I'm selecting the team for this match, in fact, let's just do that now real quick. Let's go Rivaldo and Crespo, along with my good self and Mr. Bradley Friedel. Okay, so up against, looks like Timo Hildebrand in goal. It looks like Walter Samuel there, the first number 20. Not quite sure who the other two are. We may find out, we may not. Anyway, let's get on with it. Yes, if you're new to the channel, obviously if you're new to the series, first of all, unfortunately you're too late to enjoy the introductory offer, so apologies for that one. Second of all, basically what we're doing is we're going through the Rule the Street, mode on FIFA Street. So each city that we visit is going to be done in 2 parts. This is part 2 of Lagos. So in part 1, we do 4 friendly matches, and then we get a new signing for our team, which is called One Touch. I called it that. I thought it was a good name. I know I'm wrong. And then in the second part, we do the remaining 3 friendlies. So we play all 7 teams at least once. Sorry, well, we do play them once in friendly matches. So we do the 3 friendlies in part 2. Then we then. That was dreadful goalkeeping. It was as bad as that sentence was. We then get a new signing for the squad. So we get 2 new signings in each city. And then we finish off with the Rule the Street tournament. So that's what we're going to be ending this video on. Once we've got through these friendlies. Now, unfortunately, to get the 8 out of 8 progress, you have to do 7 friendlies. So you play each of the AI teams once in a friendly. Now, you don't have to get that progress. You can just... To do the Rule the Street mode, you don't have to have done all the friendlies. I'm just doing it to get the progress. So as I said, I'm doing all the Rule the Street tournaments and getting 100% progress. That's where we'll be by the end of this video. And I'm hoping this is a sign of things to come, because we're barely a minute in. In fact, we just ticked over a minute, and we're 3-0 up. So with any luck, what a finish that was. I'm not quite sure that squeezed in, but we'll take it. With any luck, we can whiz through these friendlies. As Hildebrand dives through the net, because of course you would. Although given how given some of the things that goes on in this game, I think that's the least of my worries in terms of realism. The goalkeeper diving through the net. One more goal to get. If we can get a game breaker, we should have it sorted. And we don't mess the game breaker up, which has been a running theme on this series. Is it going to be 5-4-1? No, it's not. Friedel with a good save. Unlucky Blondie. Unlucky not Blondie. Go on, Riv. Ooh, unlucky. So we've got the game breaker, so we'll try and get this away. Who scored up to this point? Has it been me and Rivaldo? I don't think... has Crespo got one yet? Not sure if he has. I'm not using the game break here, because I'm inevitably going to mess it up. But I think chested it into the corner here. From Rivaldo. Yeah, Hildebrand, no chance. 5-0 and a sub-2-minute victory, so that's a good start. So we're 1 friendly down, just 2 left to go. Nice, easy 5-0. 50% shot conversion there, which is pretty good. No, I don't. You think you know by now when I want to save it game, and apparently you don't. Alrighty then, so next up we're playing the Stripes. I wonder if they play in white. I guess we'll find out. Once we've selected the team, of course. Now, the last episode, we got a new signing. It was Sean Wright Phillips. So we're going to pick him again. I'll say again, so we're going to give him his debuts, I should say. So we'll give Sean Wright Phillips his debut. Who played that last game? It was Rivaldo and Crespo, wasn't it? I'm trying to rest Alonso. Not that there's any need to rest him. But I'm going to do it anyway, because that's how I roll. So we'll stick with Rivaldo. So we'll go Wright Phillips and Rivaldo to play against the Stripes. So it looks like three of the same players. So Hildebrand, Samuel, and then 2 others. I think it's Walter Samuel. Although if it is Walter Samuel, how is he only rated 20? I mean, who came up with that rating? I mean, I know he's not. I know he wasn't the quickest player, but he was a great he was a great centre back. So I'm not quite sure what that's about. And he was left-footed as well, which I don't know why, but I just like the idea of a left-footed centre back and a right. 2 centre backs, one left-footed, one right-footed. I just like that idea. But he was a great defender. He was, I mean, apart from the lack of, he wasn't the quickest, but apart from that, he was great. Tackling, he was tough. He was good in the air. Positionally very good. No nonsense, I think would be a nice way of describing him. Well, that was a nice trick there. Turned up here in his Forest Green Rovers shirt. I don't know if anyone watching this video is that familiar with the English 4th tier side Forest Green Rovers, but yep, if anyone is, they'll know what I'm talking about. I actually own a Forest Green Rovers shirt, and I didn't buy it. It wasn't a banter buy that I just happened to see it in a sports shop somewhere, and they just randomly had a Forest Green Rovers shirt, and I thought, oh, screw it, why not? I actually went on the club shop and ordered it, and when it arrived, it came in a paper bag, which I appreciated. And I don't mean one of those. I mean, I don't mean one of those that you get pick and mix in, but a thick paper bag, but a paper bag nonetheless. So yeah, a Forest Green Rovers shirt. I own one, and I have to say I do quite like it. Hence why I bought it. Makes sense. It wouldn't make much sense to buy something you don't like. I know some people do that. Well, to be fair, you buy road fund license, and I think most people don't like that. So, but I may be wrong. First cough of the episode, hopefully the last one. Do apologise for that. There's been an ongoing theme, unfortunately, Surla channel that we'll try and keep it to a minimum. 2-0 already here, so another nice bright start for us. Walter Samuel not proving to be too much of a problem at the minute. Again, sticking with the same trick never works. It's worked twice there, so perfect from Wright Phillips. I forgot we were giving him his debut, to be honest with you. Here he is, we get it onto that stronger right foot. Obviously, Wright Phillips' special ability is his pace, which I think is mine. Mine's either pace or tackling, I can't remember. Right, Riv. Come on, buddy, because I think your time may be coming to an end in this team. Unfortunately, we have to move with the times. I think Christian... that was a dreadful goalkeeper. We got away with it. I think Christian Wernz is going to be the... that's Walter Samuel for you there. No nonsense. I think Christian Wernz is... okay. Don't know why I did that. Second spin was unnecessary. I will finish that Christian Wernz sentence. I think Christian Wernz's time in the team, in the squad, may be coming to an end. I don't think he's kind of out of the rotation now. We have to keep signing better players, of course, as the squad rating needs to improve to qualify for the each Rule the Street tournament, and also we need better players because we're going to come up against better players. Something else I should have mentioned in the introduction. I intermittently improve my own stats, so. I'm my team's best player at the minute, so we'll be probably. Thanks, Rivaldo. We're probably going to be improving the stats again before we go into the tournament. I'm not sure yet, though. I may just get through the tournament. Thank you, Hildebrand. Out your net. Is that 4-0? I'm hoping it is. So then I can, with any luck, finish off with the game breaker. Yes, it is. Right, Rivaldo. Can you redeem yourself after blocking my shot earlier? Yes, you can. Another win with a clean sheet. I've said this before on the series. You don't get any skills builds or rep points for a clean sheet, but I think you should. I think clean sheets should be worth something. I know football's about goals rather than rewarding defensive ability, but it's still a part of the game. No, I don't. Stop asking me. So 2 friendlies down, just 1 to go. And we can move on to something moderately more interesting. So we're up against the Dynasty. Or the Dynasty, depending on where you're from in the world. If you're from if you're from a country like Cambodia, you may not know it as either. Anyway, right, so the last friendly, so we'll go with... Did okay there, I thought. We'll leave Rivaldo out, we'll bring back Crespo, and we'll go with Alonso. I have to say, I think Alonso's been our best player since we signed him. So go with Alonso. Oh, no Hildebrand this time. Looks like Pelazzoli has been recalled. Now, I said in the last episode, when I was doing some quiz questions, what happened to Timo Hildebrand? And that wasn't a question I was able to answer, because I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure if he ended up in Portugal. I don't know if it's him or... I don't know if I'm thinking of... I may be thinking of Robert Enke. Who was a German goalkeeper. Well, I think ended up at Benfica for a spell. He was at Barcelona as well at one point. But I may be thinking of Robert Enke. And what happened to him was pretty terrible. I mean, I'm not gonna make jokes about that, because that wasn't good. I mean, whatever people's reason is for doing that, then it must be. I can't imagine what it must be like to actually contemplate doing it and then go through with it. But yeah, he did what he did, and it is what it is, unfortunately. But one thing I will say about Robert Enke is when I used to play football management games. I used to sign him on Championship Manager 03-04, and he was great. I remember signing him for the first time I signed him. I don't know how I managed to pull this deal off, but I was West Ham United, and they were in the second tier of English football, what's now known as the Championship. And he was up for sale, and I think I had to sell David James, because I think a Premier League side came in for him, and it was a good offer. So then I needed a goalkeeper, and I managed to get Robert Enke on loan from Barcelona in the second tier of English football. He was great. He was really, really good. And I think, to be fair on that game, I think I signed him a few times. It was weird, that game, because I really liked... That was dreadful, goalkeeper. I really liked that game. But it was weird how certain good players always used to become available quite cheap. Like, at the end of the first season, a team that used to be called Newton Heath, they always used to put Tim Howard up for sale after the... at the end of the first season. And I don't want to say always, because it depended on who I was, but I used to, where possible, I used to try and sign him. And every time I did, he was fantastic. So I don't quite know what they got rid of him for, because he never really did anything. I don't think they ever really signed a replacement. They just got rid of him for some unknown reason. But I can't remember who the other goalkeepers were. In terms of Enke, I mean, like I said, he was at Barcelona, and again, I can't remember who the other keepers were. I think there was a young Victor Valdez. I don't know if Pepe Reina was still there, but if he was, when Reina was at Barcelona, he rarely, I don't think he barely played for the first team. Which is one of the reasons why he ended up leaving, I think. But yeah, I want to say, was it Roberto Bonanno? Well, maybe a bit too early, maybe a bit too late for him. Who was the number one before Valdez? I honestly can't remember who it was. Oh, it was, I remember now, it was Rushdu. They signed Rushdu Rekbar, aren't they, from Fenerbahce. He was great as well. He didn't have a great time at Barcelona, I don't think, but he was fantastic. He was really good on... he was good at the 2002 World Cup. I suppose that's kind of what got him his move, I think. And he was really good on Pro Evolution Soccer. Obviously, other football games are available, but... He was really good on... I think it was number 3, the one with the first one with Kalina on the front. You said that war paint on, didn't he, under his eyes? Yeah, I remember now, yeah. It was him, wasn't it? Anyway, moving on. Game breaker time. So it should be 2-0 now. Yep, didn't even bother diving for it, Pelazzoli. This friendly taking a little bit longer. I don't know if it's because I'm banging on about Barcelona goalkeepers, but it may be. There we go, 3-0, that's better. Nice and easy. A slightly more handsome Ruud van Nistelrooy there, that is me. And by that I mean the character, not me as in the person sat here, because ain't nothing handsome about this organism that's currently perched on the edge of his sofa, trying his damnedest to get through these friendlies as quick as possible. So we can do Le Tournaments. Come on, Crespo. Unlucky, buddy. A Serie A great kept out by a not Serie A great, Pelazzoli. I'll try and, I don't know if people are enjoying the quiz questions, but I'll try and think of some more. I think football fans generally are a bit of a stat-obsessed bunch, if I can say it. Also, much like most things online, opinions then turn into who knows more facts. So I think generally football fans like facts and stats. So I'll try and, if I can think of a quiz question that's pertinent to what's happening or who I'm talking about, then I will try and come with one just to keep try and keep the series fun. Because it can, as I said before with this game, and ironically, it can get a bit repetitive. So obviously, there's not so many tricks on the game. Football games are repetitive anyway, because that's just how they are. As Brian McBride, what a terrible likeness that is. Brian McBride with the goal. From the few Americans that actually played in England, did okay as well, I thought, when he was spell in England. Helped Fulham stay up that time. I don't sound arrogant here, but I'm kind of the star of the show at the minute. Alonso, I forgot Alonso was playing actually. Here he is. Come on, Xabi. I know you weren't renowned for your goal scoring in real life, but on this game so far, you've been really good for me. You've been a bit of a goal machine. Not in this case though. So far in this episode, ooh, off the post, good save there. Right, can Alonso? Can we pick one out? Let's have a go. Let's try a long ranger. Ooh, not quite. So 5 minutes on the clock, just about. That was a dreadful pass. Was that Alonso again? That's it, making a hash of it. Surely can't miss that. No, he can't. So 5-1, well, that's not a bad likeness. Considering how all these graphics are, I don't think that's too bad. Anyway, that's the third and final friendly done. So, as ever, the friendlies, first to 5 wins. For the tournament matches, the quarter-final and semi-final are 3-minute halves. The final is 5-minute two 5-minute halves. 2 halves, who knew? Right. So, we've defeated all the teams in a friendly now. So all that's have to do now is do the Rule the Street tournament, and then Lagos is complete. But before we do that, we're going to get a new signing for the squad. So let's see who's available. So we'll start back in Marseille. I think all the players are available there, weren't they, from the last time? Yeah, Viduka and James. So I think I'm going to try and replace probably Christian Verns. And given the fact I've got 2 players who are strong at tackling, it doesn't really matter what the special skill is. Ooh, Gibril Cisse. So Makaleli is tackling. Solari is pace. What's Gibril Cisse? Shot power, Gibril Cisse. So that's the same as Crespo, isn't it? And his skill was 55. Kanu was tricks. I don't really want Kanu. Well, I kind of want Kanu, but I don't. Okocha's tricks, surely, yeah. It had to be, but we can't get Okocha. If Okocha was available, I'd go for him, since we're in Nigeria, but unfortunately we can't. Helguera is tackling. Lagos, let's have a look. So Viltord, no, not going to bother with him. Amsterdam, still don't know who Edward is. Unfortunately, Freddy Adu or Alessandro Nesta not available. Otherwise, I would have gone for one of those 2. Anyone from Rome? Ooh, we do. We've got David Trezeguet, who's 57, and he's shot accuracy. So we can either get David Trezeguet or Gibril Cisse. I think it's going to be one of those 2. Cisse slightly worse. He's shot power. I think, though, I'm going to go for Cisse rather than Trezeguet, only because we've got Xabi Alonso, although he's not been very good, has he, Xabi Alonso? We've got Xabi Alonso's shot accuracy, and he's higher than Cisse. So he's higher than Hernan Crespo as our current shot power specialist. Yeah, let's go for Cisse. Why not? And he's got a unique look, hasn't he? So yeah, we'll go Gibril Cisse. So where are we going back to? Is it New York? Of course it is. Okay. So we'll go for... So given it's New York, we'll play Wright Phillips, given that his brother was a bit of a New York legend. I know that word's overused in football, but I think he qualifies as one of those. And we'll go with... Ooh, let's go Rivaldo. I like to play Rivaldo in these. I mean, I'll have to stop eventually, but I like to play Rivaldo in these fixtures to unlock another player. So we'll go for those 2. Bit of a lopsided team, so you can see there Cisse 55, the others not quite as high. Oh, is that Vita Bahia? Are we up against him again? Well, hopefully he's as dreadful as he was last time we played against him. Right, so again, these unlockable matches, if you've not seen them before, they're first to 5, much like the friendlies are. There we go. Right, Phillips in New York. A good thing. How quick was that goal? Was that 3 seconds? Thanks, Cisse. Hope you do a bit better than that when you're playing for me, buddy. I haven't lost a match yet, so I don't really want to start now. Well, if we do lose a match, we won't lose any money. So, I've probably explained this before, but on the when we were going through the unlockable players, for some of the players, there were it said skills bills to actually play against them. So what we'd have to do is we have to use some of our skills bills to pay, and then if we beat the player's team, we then get the player. However, if we don't, we then lose our skills bills and don't get it back. So, in terms of these matches to unlock players, I'm only going to go for the players that are unlocked. Now, for some reason, I don't know what dictates it, but the players with the skills bills, they do eventually become unlocked, so you don't have to pay. So in the last episode, if I'd wanted Cisse, I would have had to pay to play this match. But now he's just unlocked for some reason. I don't know what dictates it, but yeah, it does limit who we can go for slightly, but it makes more sense to me because I'd rather spend the skills bills on improving my stats than signing players, especially when we can just sign players for free. I mean, admittedly, the players you pay to unlock are obviously better. But we're not doing too much at this point, given the fact we haven't lost a game yet. And we've had a couple of close calls, but we are yet to lose. I think I've had a couple of 5-4s. And then one of the tournament finals nearly went to extra time. Thought I scored a late winner. So it does happen. Right, 3-0 here, and we're nowhere near a game breaker, so we can't really rely on that to get us out of it. But we should be fine here, given the quality of the opposition. Apart from Cisse, this is a fairly poor quality, so I think we'll be okay. Although they may pull one back here. Friedel, don't know if he's from New York, probably not, but he's from America, obviously, so he's back home as well. Right, and as usual, you clean through on goal, and then the defender comes out of nowhere. Don't quite know how it seems to happen. They turn into Asafa Powell and sprint back. Unlike when we lose the ball and then they just sprint away from me. Don't quite know how that works. But it does, but Friedel keeping us in it anyway. I was trying to get a combo going, then we can hopefully get a game breaker. Hopefully my nose stops itching. Of course, the combo breaks down when we go for the pot of gold trick. Oh, that was a good finish. Well done, Rivaldo. Reminiscent of that famous goal he scored in La Liga. Well, I can't remember who it was against. I want to say Real Zaragoza, but with no confidence whatsoever. Don't know why they entered my head. Right, one more left to go. Still a long way from a game breaker, so we'll just have to get the goal normally, I think. Nice skill there. Oh, that would have been it. That deserved a goal. Ah, there we go, we've got it anyway. So Rivaldo, the big game player, he always seems to step up in these matches to unlock a player. So we've now acquired Djibril Cisse, who's, as I said, special ability is shot power. With a clean sheet as well, which is nice. In fact, have I conceded a goal in this episode? I don't think I have I? Alrighty then, so we've already got, as I've said before, I want to retain at least one player with each skill as their best stat. So we can either replace Crespo or we can replace Wernz because we've already got Cafu, who is strong at tackling. So I think given the fact that Wernz has kind of just faded his way out of the rotation, we'll swap him out and we'll bring in Djibril Cisse. I still don't want to save the game, please stop asking me. Ooh, our reputation's gone up, we're now a prodigy. So that's encouraging. Also our what else has gone up? Yeah, the average ability of our team, that's what I was thinking of. Right, now I could improve my own stats here before we go into this tournament, but I'm not going to bother, I may do that next time. So I'm guessing we can enter this now. So yeah, so we need 2,000 skills builds and a squad rating of 26. So I think it's safe to say we've got both of those things. So let's go. Now, if we don't win this tournament, we lose our skills builds and have to pay again to play it. So it's important that it's important to make sure that we win, even if it's just so it doesn't cost us any money. Now, I don't know if is it just me or does that logo there look like it's doing the Patrick Stewart facepalm meme? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Probably is. Anyway, so we're up against the Outlaws. Now, I'm not going to play Cisse. I'm not going to give him his debut, so it's going to be... I'm tempted to stick with Rivaldo, actually. I think so far this episode, he's been the most impressive. What do we give Cisse his debut? Yeah, you know what? We'll go Rivaldo and Cisse. We will give him his debut. We'll see how he gets on. If he does well, we'll leave him in. If he doesn't, we'll bring back Alonso. Yeah, so sticking with Rivaldo. We're up against Pelazzoli and somebody else. I don't know who they are. Anyway, let's go. Hopefully it won't matter who they are. Now, as I said earlier, these are this is going to be a 6-minute game, so 2 3-minute halves. So if we get to 5 goals before the 6 minutes, or before the time's up, then the match will just carry on. Look at Cisse's shorts. If his hair didn't stand out enough, those shorts definitely... Well, so much for him. That's pretty much a perfect start. So I think he will be staying in the side if he keeps that up. Yeah, Alonso up to this point, he'd been great up to this episode. I don't think we played Cafu yet, have we, in this video? So that was a good save. Well, Rivaldo following up. I'll have to leave Rivaldo out at some point, but he's getting towards Delgado or Golgado, whatever we decided to call him, levels of legendariness for one touch. And as I've said before, I do like to rotate the squad. Not that there's any need to do that. Oh, that was unlucky. That's just me. I like to try and treat it real. Try and treat this as a real tournament, so we keep everybody... what an effort that was. So we keep everybody on their toes. That was Rivaldo again, wasn't it? Breaking out the halfway line shot. Once again we lose the ball and all of a sudden they're through on goal. Right, 3 against 2 here. And it'll stay like that because you take 10 minutes to shoot, and then by the time you do, the player's back. Good pace there from Cisse. Not so good skill, unfortunately. But again, he manages to get back. How quick is he? He's quicker than Rivaldo, it's safe to say. Right, come on, mate. Nope. Not off to a good start. Although I'm thinking we need to get to 5 goals in. We don't. We just need to not be losing after 6 minutes. But I want to see if I can try and get through this episode without conceding a goal. Which so far I think we have. I can't. Oh no, have we conceded? Did Brian McBride score against us? I'm thinking of something else. Did that happen? I can't remember. All these. I'm recording these quite close together, so they are starting to roll into one. So if my memory's becoming a bit fuzzy, then that's why. Don't come out and get it, will you, Friedel? Just stand there. Yeah, did Brian McBride score against me in this episode? I think he did, didn't he? I honestly can't remember. That is pretty bad. So I think the clean sheet idea is a forlorn one. Gonna be Rivaldo, yep, there we go. I think we've stumbled across a nice little trio here. Rivaldo, Cisse and the UC. 4-0 anyway. And not even 2 minutes on the clock. We'll get the game breaker away while we can. Should be 5-0 now. Obviously, the more goals we score, the more skills builds we'll get, so it's worth racking the goals up. That hat-trick for Rivaldo, it probably is. Obviously, as well, I say about rotating the team, I can't rotate myself. I have to play every game. It's not an ego thing. I have no choice. There have been times on this. There have been times in this series where if I could have left myself out, I would have done. But obviously, I need to play to. Well, I say I need to play to improve the stats. You don't really, because you get the skills builds are not for you. They're for the team's performance. Good job. We're not relying on Pelazzoli to get a skills build because that was pretty poor. That was dreadful goalkeeping. Another goal for Cisse, who I think will be staying in the team for the rest of this tournament. In fact, I think I may just leave I might play him and Rivaldo all the way through. Actually, I was gonna play Rivaldo in this game and then maybe bring Cafu in for the semi-final and the final. But no, Rivaldo's doing a great job so far, apart from when he's blocking his own player's shot. But then again, why would you not? I think it would be a good quiz question. I've mentioned this a few times, but what was the name of the Angolan team that Rivaldo played for? I actually don't know. I don't know any Angolan teams off the top of my head. I know the capital. I know the capital of Angola is Luanda. That's as much as I know. And I know the flag is black and red. And I know they qualified for the. Oh, actually, that could be a quiz question then. Which World Cup did Angola qualify for? That's one question for you. I know as well their goalkeeper in that tournament. They got a. Actually, I'm not going to say that because it gives a little bit of a clue as to the era. But yeah, I wonder what the team was called that he played for. I've no idea. Yeah, so which World Cup did Angola qualify for? That's the quiz question. Not one of the most difficult ones, I don't think, compared to some of the others that I've posed. But we'll go with that one for now. Good save there by Friedel. One thing I don't think I have talked about on this video, well, obviously not this video, but certainly not part one either, is, and again, if I'm wrong here, I apologise because my memory's obviously going. I talked about the Nigerian league in the last episode. I talked about the players coming from African. Players not really leaving African teams and joining Europe. They tend to go in. They tend to go as a youth player rather than like when they've had a couple of seasons playing in an African league. One thing I haven't talked about though is the Nigerian Premier League. And given the fact we're in Nigeria, I think it's worth giving my 2 penneth if anyone cares. Now, believe it or not, it's actually a league that I follow quite closely, and I've no idea why. I just find it quite interesting about the complete lack or absence most weeks of away wins. Like if you look at the that was dreadful, but that was my fault. So no blame there, Rivaldo. There you go, you made up for it anyway. Now, most weeks, if you look at the Nigeria, I think there's 20 teams in the Nigerian league. So if you look at the 10 matches at the end of the weekend's worth of games, I'll say a week, and then 10, they're mostly all played on Sunday, but you get the odd one on Saturday and Monday. Normally in Yimba as well. They normally play on Monday for some reason. Compared to everybody else. I don't know why it always seems to be them that don't play when all the others play. And maybe because they're in the African Champions League, even. I could be wrong though on that one. Could just be a coincidence. Anyway, yeah. So the if you look at the fixtures at the end of the round of games. Sorry, look at the results at the end of a round of games, and there's hardly ever an away win. And whenever there is an away win, it's generally a team in the bottom 3 at home to a team in the top 4. But I just find it really interesting. Now, there's reasons why that is, or that I've read anyway. How true they are, I don't know, but yeah, I just find it really, really interesting. So it's a league I actually follow quite closely. So I am familiar with. I mean, I'm not that familiar with any of the players, I'll admit, but I'm quite familiar with the team. So, you know, at Plateau United, I think they play in green and purple. I think they're one of the better sides. I think they won the league last year. There was the season where the league was abandoned or cancelled for one reason. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't because of a virus though. It was cancelled before that. Then obviously the virus delayed it coming back. We get one more just before we finish off. Can we get number 11? No, we can't. But 10-0. I think when you win 10-0, you're going to leave. You're not going to do any rotation. Yeah, my favourite teams are. I like MFM for some reason. I like Plateau United mainly because of their name and their kit. In Yimba, they seem to be one of the better sides as well. Then there's a few sides that I get mixed up. So there's Aqua United and Quarry United for obvious reasons why you get those mixed up. But I like Nasarawa United. Is it Nasarawa or Nasarawa? I think it's Nasarawa. I like them as well. Anyway, on to the semi-final. So we're up against the Dynasty, I believe, or Dynasty. No, we're up against Reading, so apologies for that. Oh, they've got a Nigerian as captain. So that's good. Right, we'll stick with the same team because it did so well in the last game. So sorry, Cafu. Cafu's quickly gone out of the rotation as well, hasn't he? Which isn't good. But I think it may be Crespo that's the next one to go. All right, Phillips, if we can get another speed merchant. Yep, Rivaldo and Cisse. We won 10-0, so why change a winning side? So we're up against Hildebrand, someone that looks like Gabriel Heinze, somebody I don't know, and it looks like Robbie Keane. Let's go then. Yeah, I like the Nigerian league, and if you gamble, it's quite easy to win on. But the only way you won't win on a Nigerian league is if there's a draw. Because if you just go for the home team all the time, chances are the home team's not going to lose. I mean, they do sometimes. I think there was a couple of weekends, at the time of recording this, there was a couple of weekends ago where there were 2 away wins. I think Enyimba won away from home, and Enugu Rangers did. I was watching it. I had something on the other day, and it was Heartland away at. I think that was Enugu Rangers. Oh, no, it wasn't. Who was it now? I can't remember who it was now. I want to say Enugu Rangers, but I'm not sure. Anyway, basically, it was one. Heartland took the lead despite being the. What a finish that was. Heartland took the lead despite being the away side. Actually, before I finish that story, one thing I've noticed about Heartland is they tend to be quite. They tend to be one of the more difficult teams to predict what's going to happen. They'll sometimes, I think they seem to get a draw when they're away, or sometimes they'll not win a home game against a team like Warri Wolves, or Adamawa United, who are not very good, or Ifeanyi Uba, another team that aren't great. But yeah, so they went 1-0 up after about 39 minutes, and just before half time, the team equal. It wasn't. Who was it now? I think it was either Enugu or Quarry United. I can't remember. But anyway, none of it really matters. Yeah. So and then it got to extra time, and I was watching. I mean, like I said, I wasn't actually watching the game. I was just following what was happening. And it got to injury time, so not extra time. And there was 5 minutes. Oh, that was nearly an own goal. Apparently that was an interception heading towards my own goal at pace. So thanks for that, mate. Could have been the second goalie just to make sure. And yeah, so it went to injury time, and it said there were 5 minutes added on. And it was 1-1, and I thought, well, I don't know why, but I fancied whoever it was. I fancied them to score, but it didn't seem to be happening. And then when it got to 94 minutes, I stopped following the game. And then I checked later on in the evening what had happened, and the team that whoever it was, the home team, they got a penalty in the 99th minute and had won 2-1, and their other goal as well, which I didn't know this at the time. But their equalising goal after going 1-0 down was also a penalty. So they had 2 penalties, one of which was in the 99th minute after 5 minutes had been added on. So I'm not gonna be overt about it, but basically I think you can kind of see why there's not many away wins. Also, Heartland had a player sent off as well. I've never actually seen a minute or even a second of Nigerian League football, but I do follow as I said, I do follow the results, and I like the team names. I just find it fascinating. I don't know why. It's the only league I've seen. It's the only league I've seen that's like that. And if you do gamble and know about odds, etc., you'll know that whoever sets the odds makers, we're going to call them, they seem to know this as well, because generally, irrespective of who the sides are, the home team will always be favourite to win. So if the home team is the bottom of the league side and they're at home to top of the league, not always, but generally they'll be slight favourites to win. Obviously, if it's a home team, if it's like top of the league at home to bottom of the league, then the home team are massive favourites. But generally, oh come on, that's another goal, isn't it? Not that it really matters. But generally, yeah, the home side are favourites. So even this big league position difference, so that'll be like the equivalent of, let's say Bayern Munich. I don't know who's bottom of the Bundesliga, then it's Schalke, isn't it? So that'll be the equivalent of like if Schalke versus Bayern Munich. Can you imagine Schalke being favourites to win that game, or people actually thinking Schalke would win that game, or Paris Saint-Germain away at Ajaccio or somebody. Not Ajaccio, because they're not in Ligue 1, but somebody like that. I don't know who's in. I don't know who's Angers or somebody. I don't know who's bottom of the league in France at the minute. Reims or Valenciennes or something. I don't know. But yeah, can you imagine Paris Saint-Germain not being favourites to win that game, or possibly not even winning that game, or like Manchester City away at West Bromwich Albion. Although when Manchester City played at home to West Bromwich Albion in the season that I'm recording this, they actually didn't win that game. So maybe it's not that maybe it won't be that uncommon for Man City not to be famous. But you get the idea. So yeah, I find the Nigerian League fascinating, and it's not, unfortunately, it's not something that I tried to research it a little bit. It's not something I can find much information on. But I would like to know a little bit more. And also, I would like it to. I think you can actually watch it on. I think you can actually watch it on. I don't know if you need to. I think you need to sign up though. I think on the Nigerian Premier League website, I think if you sign up, you can actually watch the games. I've got to be honest, I'm not that desperate to see it. I've got. I say I've got better things to do on my Sunday afternoon. But given how much I know about the Nigerian League, and that's where most of the matches are, I don't think I have. Don't think I've got better things to do. Just a morbid fascination, one of many that I have with spurious football leagues like the Moldovan League. That's another one I'm interested in. A bit more cut and dry, that one. Basically, oh dear. Well, I'm glad. I hope that's not the first goal I've conceded. Should have tried to pass that away there rather than collected it and dribbled it out. Ooh, that was a lucky Rivaldo. Remember the quiz question that I've set? Who was Rivaldo's team that he played for in Angola? Just a reminder as well, I don't actually know the answer, so you won't be hearing it. But just a bit of a quiz question for you, just to test yourself. See if you know that one. What was the other quiz? Oh, that was the one I set that I can tell you. It was, which World Cup did the Angola play in? The Angola national side. Which World Cup did they qualify for? We'll give the answer to that one at the end of the, ooh, through the legs. From Robert Keane. I think he's actually called Robbie. It's not short for. Oh, he gets his full name because Roy Keane's on the game. How did they? Normally when that happens, when there's two players with the same surname, they'll have the on the back of the shirt. They'll have the initial. So like when Ashley Cole and Joe Cole were both at Chelsea at the same time. I think Joe Cole was just Cole and Ashley Cole was A Cole. I don't think Joe Cole was. But anyway, you get the idea. So how do they do that with Keane? You can't have our Keane, can you? Anyway, who cares? Right, another goal, and how far left we got. That sentence made no sense in any way, shape or form, but we've got about 40 seconds to go. So that's good, 9-2 up. Can we get to double figures for the second match in a row? I didn't actually realise we'd got so many goals. I knew we were comfortably in front, but I didn't think it was that much. I thought we had about 7. I've got 20 seconds. Can we get another goal? Let's give it a bash. Unfortunately, we don't have the... we had a game breaker. Thanks for that, mate. Just let it hit myself. I think it'll be 9-3. Nope, not on this occasion anyway. Counter-attack's on. It won't go in. It will go in. I was completely wrong. So yeah, for the second game in a row, we get double figures. So we get double figures in a 3-minute half match. How many can we get in a 5-minute half match? I wonder. Ooh, let's get that shot away. I thought I pressed L1 then. Why was it a game breaker? Not that it matters. So a nice comfortable victory. So we get them a royal hammering there. No, I don't. Ask me again after the next game. Right, so we've won 10-0 and 10-2. We're up against a side that's won 7-6 and 5-0, and they are the Cobras. So once again, oh, Hildebrand's the captain this time. Well, given how he's done so far, when he found that extra responsibility to help raise his game. So we're not going to change the winning side. We seem to have found a nice little formula here. Walter Samuel's back, as is Timo Hildebrand and the other players. I don't know who they are. So Walter Samuel in his Forest Green Rovers shirt, presumably. Well, I suppose it depends what colours. Depends what colours they are. No, not quite this time. Is that blue and is that like a really light blue and black, or is it white and black? If it's white and black, it's a Forest Green Rovers away kit. but which looks like a zebra. Good effort there. Yeah, I suppose as well. I suppose with the striped shirt, it looks like a Where's Wally top. But I suppose in this case it'd be Where's Walter, wouldn't it? But anyway, that joke wasn't worth it. Ooh, but that finish was. Well done, Cisse. Doing pretty well so far, Cisse. Although I have to say that the when we have a new signing, they do tend to start well. I can't remember too many new signings that haven't really hit the ground running. I mean, Wernts did well at first. I think Cafu did, from memory. Rivaldo's done well pretty much ever since we signed him. Crespo started well. Alonso started really well. What else have we signed? I think that's it, actually. Ooh, lovely little finish. Poor goalkeeping. So clearly having the armband on's not inspiring Timo Hildebrand. And his team are finding Timo picking the ball out the back of his net a lot. Ooh, that was a bad tackle. But unfortunately, that's what you have to do on this game. You won't even try and tackle me then. Ooh, that was unfortunate. I should have shot then, that was bad. I like my style of commentary. That was that. That was that. That was that. That was that. Let's start every sentence with that was. That was a dreadful explanation, I know that. Nice Rabona kick there. Noggin, I like that. But it said noggin. Another Rabona kick. Taking a leaf out of my book, eh? Is Walter Samuel going to take me on? No, he's not, because I'm just going to slide past him like an absolute moron. Good save again by Friedel. Again, we should be okay here. I think we get 3-0 up. It's pretty much game over. I've thrown two goal leads away before, but not 3 goal leads. Given how dominant we've been so far, I don't think we need to worry too much anyway. I just feel like there's goals in this side. I think that's a fair assumption. I think I was on a 5-minute delay then with that interception. That was a bad finish. There we go. More of that was. I'll try to leave another quiz question in this final, but I'm struggling, I have to say. And we're already nearly halfway through the first half. Ooh, that was a good finish. It's not quite. I don't think it's a Cisse hat-trick, because I think Rivaldo's got one. But Cisse is on a hat-trick, and I may try and set him up for the game breaker. I want to do a game breaker from the halfway line, but I also don't want to waste it. I'd love to just do a game break where we just inside the opponent's half and we rifle it in from the halfway line. That's the plan anyway. At some point, Walter Samuel there surviving the slide tackle. Let's go. Here we go. Let's do it. Halfway line game breaker. I want it to fly into the top corner, but I somehow think it'll just go in the bottom. Yes, it has. With so much power, it bounces back out again. So Djibril Cisse completes his hat-trick. What did Djibril Cisse change his name to as well? It was something like... I can't... Unless it was just a silly alias. He didn't actually change his name. But I thought he changed his name to something like Lord of the Dance or something. I don't know what it was. It was something, Lord something. Unless I'm thinking of Nicholas Bentner. I think they both did it, actually. I think they both changed their name. But the Nicholas Bentner one may have just been a meme, because obviously it was. It's weird how some players become memes. I don't quite know why. Obviously, Nicholas Bentner, sort of like an Ibrahimovic style ego, but he didn't have that bad, especially internationally. It was really good for Denmark, and he wasn't that bad at Arsenal in his last season at Arsenal. I think it was 06-07. He was half decent, I thought. I mean, he wasn't as good as he thought he was. Don't get me wrong, but he'd have had to have been like Cristiano Ronaldo to be as good as he thought he was. But he wasn't that bad, to be fair. And he's had a career that, you know, if you look who he's played for. I mean, admittedly, he's had a lot of periods of time where he's not, you know, he's gone from Juventus to Rosenborg. I mean, with all due respect to Rosenborg, it's a bit of a step down, isn't it? And he has had periods where he hasn't really done very much. But the talent's certainly there. Anyway, another goal for Cisse. Is that 4-0 now? No, it's 5-0, so I think it's safe to say we're going to win this Rule the Street tournament. You continue to ponder over what World Cup Angola qualified for. Oh, there we go. We've conceded. Let's see who that is. It's former Charlton Athletic winger Dennis Rommedahl, eh? I bet his special... I bet his highest stats is speed. If it isn't, then this game really is... it's even worse than I thought it was. It's even worse than that piece of goalkeeping was. Another goal for Cisse. Nice to see. Say it's not just me that's got brightly coloured boots. He's got some nice bright red ones. Not as garish as my gold, but yeah, you gotta be good to wear gold boots. I did actually have some gold shoes once, which I suppose you gotta have a certain mentality to do that. But hey ho, that's what we do. Ooh, that was a bad one. That was a cruncher. That was a crunching challenge. That was dreadful defending. That was a good save. And that was more sentences that started with that was. That was the week that was. Toying with this dude. If anyone can, Rivaldo can. What a good finish. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with this 3. I think I'm going to stick with these 3. Well, 2. I suppose I've got to stick with myself, but I might stick with these 2. Not even half time yet, is it? I'm forgetting there's another half. 7-1. Can we get to 15? 14 even? Would be nice, but 15. Can we get to 15? I don't think we will. Unless that squeezes its way in. We'll get to the game breaker soon, so... Unless that... Right, no. So unless that squeezes in, but it doesn't. Anyway, half time. We're going to win the tournament, I think it's safe to say. Cease there, Samuel there, proving impossible to tackle. Go on, Riv. Go on, Jibril. Go on, me. Go on, Riv. No, dear. And if Hildebrand's going to suddenly turn into Lev Yashin. I hope not. Suspect he probably won't, to be fair. They should do a FIFA... There were no legends on this game. That'd be interesting, because now... FIFA, I think FIFA's now... And even back in the day, there were legends on... there were legends on some FIFAs. I remember FIFA 2000, and this may have only been on the PC version, but I had FIFA 2000 for the PC. And there were loads of classic teams on it. It was really, really cool. Like, there was Napoli Serie A winning side from the late 80s, the one that Maradona was in. Then there was, like, Brazil from 1970 and Brazil from I think it was Brazil from 1950. Or certainly Brazil from 1958. There was... I think Ajax from 1970 to 70, sort of the early 70s team. I think there was Milan from the 90s, the Arrigo Sacchi team. Obviously England's 66 winning team, that was on there. I think there was a France one from when they won the Euros, when Platini was the main man. There was... What else was there? I think other players were rather than the team. I was just say Uruguay, but no, there wasn't a Uruguay side. I don't think. I can't remember. But there was some really cool classic teams. I don't think they sort of did away with that for a while. I haven't played in a FIFA for years, so I've no idea what they are now. I know there's like Legends cards you can get and stuff like that, but. Yeah, the classic teams on that FIFA 2000 was really, really good. I was probably the only person as well that had it for the PC. But I actually preferred it for the PC than I did the PlayStation 1 what it would have been at the time. Most FIFAs actually come out for two consoles, but that was one that I think only came out for one console. Unless it came out for the at least I think it did. It may have come out for the Sega Saturn, I'm not sure. I don't think it did, though. I think it was too late for the Saturn. But like at the PlayStation 1, the only thing it may have come out for was the Xbox. I don't think the Xbox had come out yet. And I think it was too late for the Saturn. And it definitely didn't come out for the N64, because the only FIFA for the N64, I believe, was FIFA 64, which was basically FIFA 98, but just rebranded. Anyway, talking absolute rubbish. I don't know what I'm talking about. Kind of digressing, but yeah, that was. But I'm sure there's one of the few that only came out for one console, like FIFA. FIFA International, that came out for the SNES and the Mega Drive. 95, that came out for the Mega Drive. Did that come out for the SNES? I'm not sure actually. That may have been another one. 96 came out for the Mega Drive and the Saturn. 97 came out for the Saturn. 98 came out for the... as well as the Mega Drive. 98 came out for the Mega Drive, and if you count FIFA 64, it may have also come out for the 99, that may have been another one actually. 99 came out for the PS1. I think 98 came out for the PS1 actually, so that would have been the Mega Drive and the PS1. Then 2001, that was the first. I think 2001 was the first one that came out for the PS2. 2001 came out for the PS2 and the PS1, and that continued all the way up to 2005. I think 2006 was the first one that didn't come out for the PS1 and PS2. I like 2006. It was quite good. It was different. 2005 is one of my least favourites, but 2006 I quite liked. I liked the free kicks on 2006. What's the score? I'm not really paying attention. 13-1, so we may get to 14. I said 14 goals, didn't I? So we may actually do it. Where's Wally? He's on the floor. Hey, that was good. That wasn't. Oh, I thought I pressed for a game break. We haven't got one, have we? But I need to get to a game break because I want to try and get to 14 goals if we can. But actually, I want to try and get to 15. But I'll take 14. 15 would be nice. I don't quite think we'll get there unless I can nick another goal the normal way. Got just over a minute left. So there's time. There's definitely time. There we go. And we've got a game breaker as well. So we could get to 15 here. Yeah, then beyond FIFA 06, I have no idea what they came out for. I don't know when the PlayStation 3 came out. So I'll try and rifle it in the near post. There we go. My weaker left foot. If I was a real player, I'd be right-footed. 15-1. William G. Stewart would be happy with the score right now. I think he was a West Ham fan, wasn't he? Could be wrong on that one. Oh dear. Well, the captain's arm are definitely not helping helping Hildebrand. What is he doing? Just over a minute, just under a minute to go, and we're nearly there for this episode. I'm nearly there with the 4th city completed. No! Well, I want him Friedel. You know it's not going well when the goalkeeper's on the floor, it's an empty net after 2 yards, you still can't score. That's when you know it's not your day. I think looking at the scoreboard and seeing 16-1 is another indication it's probably not your day. Right. Just over 20 seconds left. Nearly done. The answer to the quiz question for the Angolan team that Rivaldo played for is I still don't know, so you'll have to just tell me. So if you did know that, well done. But the answer to the quiz question about which World Cup did Angola play in, it was the 2006 one in Germany. And what I was going to say earlier is that I thought it may have been a clue, which wouldn't have been one in hindsight, but a little bit of one maybe. Oh, there we go. We've only scored 17. Was the goalkeeper who, I think he was about 35 at the time. I can't remember what he was called. Something like, it wasn't Ricardo Pereira because he plays for Leicester, but something like that. Actually, I don't think it was anything like that, was it? Maybe in João. He had a really traditional Portuguese name anyway, the goalkeeper. He did really well on the fantasy Dream Team games. He got a load of points. I can't remember what they did actually. They probably lost every game, but I can't remember. But yeah, the goalkeeper got loads of points anyway. Anyway, speaking of that, we're going to save the game. Speaking of anyway. So we're actually going to do it this time. Yes, I don't overwrite it. Thank you for asking. So that was episode number 8 in the books. So if you enjoyed this episode, then please like and share the video. You can also leave a comment if I get my words out. If you do leave a comment, please get your words out, unlike my good self. There we go, the Lagos Cup. All done and dusted. Yeah, if you want to leave a comment on the video, then please do that. Also, if you head on over to the channel, The Uncommentator, you'll find the rest of the videos in this playlist. You'll also find plenty of other games that I've played through. Well, I say the rest of the videos when they appear on YouTube anyway. You'll find plenty of other games I've played through as well for you to enjoy. But join me next time. We're going to be moving on to episode number 9. So it's another. We're going to be returning to Europe, visiting another new city. This time it's Amsterdam. Before we say goodbye in Japanese, just one last thing. Go to the trophy room. So you can see there's the 4 trophies. So we've got the Marseille Cup, New York City Cup, Rio de Janeiro Cup, and now the Lagos Cup. So we've completed 4 of the 10 Rule the Street tournaments. So we're almost at the halfway point of the series. But as I said, join me next time. We're moving on to the next city, which I think was Amsterdam. But until we get to that point, for now from me, it is sayonara.